Hello, it's me, Kit Mochi, and today we are going to be playing Our Life. All I really know about it is it's a visual novel, and I think I get to make my own character, though I'm not sure. So, let's play. Okay. Chibi. Let's see. I'm gonna be me, and I'm just gonna act like me. Let's see. I think I'm pointy. Or do I have a peach? I'll go with pointy. Let's see. I'm white as fuck. Oh shit! Am I that white? Yeah, I'm that white. Hi, shape. Yeah. I have lidded eyes for sure. Okay. I want little eyelashes. My eye color is blue. Ooh, so many colors. Are there different kinds of blue? Nope, just one blue. Okay. Blue. The front of my hair. Smooth. Ooh. Sad. Hehe. Okay, just won't be able to see where I'm going the whole time. Scrappy. There's so many options. What is happening? My cats are going insane. I don't have two-tone hair, sadly. So many two-tone options. Thick. That's pretty. Oh, cute. Pulled back. I mean, I mostly like just. Man, it's so difficult. My hair's not wavy though, but I feel like that part is like the best for me. But my hair is not wavy. Maybe that one. What's the back of the hair look like? Hee hee poof. Maybe that one. I think my hair's a little bit longer. I never do anything to my hair. When it's really long, sometimes I'll put it up in a bun, but I usually just like to keep it around shoulder length. It's getting a little too long for my taste right now, but he so cute. Wow. Oh, it's so cute. Okay, let's see. I think I'll just go with that one. Flowy one. I have like really dark brown hair, but it almost looks black. That brown is so like almost black. Okay, I'll just go with black. And my name is Kit. I am a they. What should my last name be? Kit. Oh yeah, let's do Mochi. Okay, change page. Ooh, first one. Oh. It's like the closest. I have a little tiny mole right there. My camera is being stupid. Focus on me. I have like this little tiny mole right there. So I usually put that on like creators, but that one's like way over. I don't have any facial scars. Rosy cheeks. No. Let's see. I do have freckles, but only in the summer. You can kind of see some on my nose. Sure, I'll put some on my nose. Hand size. I have slender hands. Slenderman hands. Ooh, glasses. Ugh, I really need new glasses. Let's see. I like big round glasses. I guess those are the closest I'm gonna get. Ooh. But it didn't just show me. Really? I have freckles on my arms. Torso. Does that mean like my shoulders or like my stomach? So I definitely have them on my shoulders. Clothing types. I do like dresses and shirts. I like shorts better than pants. I'll just do all of it. Let's see, bracelets, necklaces, hats. Sure. Okay, I'm done, I guess. Summer. Ooh. Begin the prologue. Summer in Sunset Bird was a special time of year. Your usually sleepy town began to bustle. It was a popular tourist destination, with people coming from all over to enjoy the beach, the weather, and the relaxation that came with both. The smell of the ocean, crisp and salty, hung in the air, bringing 3 whole months of schoolless vacation with it. During the summer, your moms didn't like you to wander too far outside of your neighborhood, so you knew the area pretty well. That included the people. Families came and went from Sunset Bird, but they mostly stayed and did what your mom called putting down roots. They built businesses, they got to know each other, and they definitely said hello to the nice young kids who waved when passing their stores. Going for a walk around town mostly meant that the familiar, friendly residents waved or asked how your family was, or most often just said hello. That sounds nice. See, you didn't really get why they always had to say hi. They saw you every day, but you nodded back at them anyway. You ended up saying hi to a lot of different people, since most of the tourists that came and went every summer were the same ones. You were too anxious to say hi back to most of the other residents that greeted you, but they all knew you well enough to expect that. Oh my gosh, that depends on how old I was. So if I just go with how I am now, then I would just say hi to everyone. It would probably just be easier to go with that, to just go with what I would say now. So if I try to think about when I was a kid, so I was really, really talkative when I was little, and then I realized people are mean, or I developed anxiety. I don't know, but I became really, really shy, as people put it. I didn't have anxiety, I was just shy. Sure. Yeah. You enjoyed learning all about where they were visiting from and hoped to visit those places one day too. But today there was a man sitting on the curb outside your house. He was sitting with his head in his hands, his whole body slumped over, and you wondered if he was even a real person, or a statue that had magically sprung up from the ground overnight. Whoever or whatever he was, you had never seen him before. One thing about knowing everyone in Sunset Bird was that people who you didn't recognize really, really stood out. It was rare for tourists to venture into the residential district, as your mom's called it. So for you, not knowing who a total stranger was set off a lot of red flags. Your mom's had a talk with you and your big sister Lizzie about this kind of situation before. See, you hadn't exactly been listening at the time. You think it could be okay to talk to new people. I mean, if he's sitting on your porch, are your parents home? Then talk to him. If your parents are not home, don't talk to him. Keep walking. Go to a local store and be like, "Hi, I'm scared." They mentioned that some people aren't good to talk to, but other types of people can help you even if you don't know them. You remember that it's okay to run away if you feel uncomfortable. You don't have to worry about being polite then. You weren't sure about this man yet. Still, you felt a bit scared knowing that he was blocking the way to your front door. But you were pretty interested. You wanted to know more about what was going on. Whether he was nice or not, you didn't want to be bothered. Still, you felt a bit scared knowing that he was blocking the way to your front door. You slowed down, your mind racing for ideas on how to get past him unseen. But it was too late to escape. There was a split second where your eyes met, and you took in a shaky breath, your eyes darting to the sky, pretending to stare at a bird who was hovering nearby. "Oh, hello, Mr. Bird. How are you today?" "Hey." His voice startled you and made you jump, but still you didn't look at him. The bird landed on top of a nearby gatepost, and his black feathers ruffled against the gentle breeze. "Don't you see I'm talking to a bird? How rude!" Trying to keep your eyes on it was tough, especially when the man stood up and started to make his way toward you. "Run!" Not wanting to seem too approachable, you folded your arms and stared. Still unsure about him, but willing to be friendly, you offered the stranger a smile. Your whole body was frozen in place as he approached. See, still unsure about him, but willing to be friendly, you offered the stranger a smile. The man gives you a grin of his own back. "Oh, hello. I mean, you like sea life, I can tell. You have a shirt that looks like water resistant or something, and you're wearing shorts that have sharks on them, and that's cool, like stingray, manta, no, it's a stingray, manta ray. That's a cool manta ray tattoo. Anyway, do you live around here? What's your name? Why are you sitting on my porch asking me if I live around here and what my name is? Why are you sitting on my porch? I thought maybe you knew my parents or me or..." You looked the man up and down, taking in his tanned skin and relaxed appearance. At least his clothes were relaxed, the way he was acting wasn't. He had sharks on his shorts and a stingray tattoo. Is it a stingray or is it a manta ray? Anyway, and you wondered if he was obsessed with the ocean or something. Clearly. But not an autism level of obsessed. That's more like me, where you have paw prints and cats and cat-related stuff. Cats! Anyway. While you made your assessment, he looked at you expectantly, waiting for an answer to his question. "I don't have to talk to you." "Yeah, I live here." "That's great." He looked happy to hear it, giving you a broad smile. He reached into his pocket and pulled out a clean $20 bill. It crinkled in his hand as he held it up to you. Even more confused than before, you looked back at him.
"Well,
could you do me a favor?" That highly depends on what the favor is, weird man talking to a child offering $20. "Nothing bad. Sorry, let me start over." He cleared his throat and stood up straighter. From where you were standing, it just made him look creepier. "I have a son. His name is Cove. He's about your age." "Are you going to pay me to be friends with your son?" Cove. That seemed like a strange name for an actual living person to you. You chewed on the inside of your cheek. This guy was definitely obsessed with water. You thought that was pretty cool. It is pretty cool. You never met anyone with that name. Well, that was a weird way to read that sentence. You've never met anyone with that name. We moved in across the street, see? He gestured toward the house that had been empty for a year, his watch catching the late afternoon sunlight and reflecting off the walls. The gigantic "For Sale" sign was finally gone. You must be Kit Mochi, right? I met your moms earlier and they told me you were 8, just like him, so... Yes, there you go. That's a lot better way to start a conversation. He shook the $20 bill to bring it back to your attention, a hopeful smile tilting his lips at the corners. Can you try to be friends with the boy? You're paying me to be friends with your son? That is weird. You have a little faith in him. Just give it a chance and you can keep this. He's a good kid. You'll like him.
Do you mind?
But you've got to keep it a secret too, okay? It wouldn't be friendly to say his dad sent you. You eyed the man? You kind of felt sorry for Cove. Did other kids really get their parents to pay for friendships? That is so weird. You eyed the man? What could be so bad about this Cove kid that his dad would need to bribe strangers to be friends with him? What do you say? Want to make a deal? You ran away! Far away! So me nowadays, I would just take the money and then probably leave and... Okay, I'm gonna take the money. You took the bill. You carefully plucked the bill from his outstretched hand, grinning at the thought of what you could do with that much cash. Oh, the sweets you could ever want! You could buy a ticket for the newest movie at the cinema. There was a cute stuffed animal you had seen in a store in town. It cost a few dollars to set up a library card. With this, you could pay for yourself instead of having your moms do it. You weren't even sure yet. Sweets? Duh. Your tummy rumbled thinking about it. Oh, sweets. Oops. Yeah, I should probably save anyway. Aww. And that was just the start, you thought. The sky was the limit with that kind of amount. The man smiled at you, his eyes crinkling at the sides as he did. Great, that's great. I'll bring him by tomorrow. I wanted him to meet and greet with the neighbors today, but... well, I don't know where he's gotten off to. You lost your child the first day in a new town. You're not appearing to be a very good father. He laughed when he said that, but with the way his face looked, you thought he actually wanted to cry. If you see him, can you tell him to come on home? He's got a pink cast and glasses. You can't miss it. I can try. You nodded, not totally certain that you would find Cove, but willing to look. The man smiled and reached out to pat you on the head. Paused before doing so, then pulled his hand away instead. Yes, please don't touch me without fucking asking. Your moms are already checking around for me. Such a thoughtful group you are. Now I better go look too. Can't put everyone else to work while I keep sitting here. Yeah! I thought he might come back, and that's not what's important. I have to go. Thanks again, Kit, so much. He jogged off down the street without another word. You decided to check the hills behind your house. Wait, it's nighttime? The chirping of crickets in the tall grass greeted you, quiet and familiar. From the top of the hill, you could see the ocean. As you walked, you listened to the crash of the waves on the shore, and the seagulls squawking as they settled down for the night. You've always loved the ocean. It was so much fun. You loved to hear stories about the sea, about the merfolk and sea serpents you imagined living far beneath the waves. You didn't enjoy the beach all that much, especially sand, which got absolutely everywhere. No, I hate the sand. Anyway, yeah, I love folklore stuff. Sometimes you could almost convince yourself you had seen the flash of a shiny mermaid's tail in the distance. You took in a deep breath. You wanted to try to relax and couldn't. You weren't sure what, but something told you that you weren't alone, so you glanced around. Is it a cryptid? Oh, he looks sad. There was a boy sitting at the top of one hill, almost completely hidden within the long grass and white flowers surrounding him. His head was buried in his knees, staring ahead by himself. For whatever reason, probably just that he wasn't paying attention, he hadn't noticed you yet. You watched him a minute longer, feeling a little bit like you'd found a deer in the wild. Though deer didn't have sad frowns. I mean, deer don't have any of these things, but I'll say sad frowns. But this new boy did. You wondered what could have upset him. After a few more seconds, you took a step forward, then another. And then he glanced your way. His aquamarine eyes reflected the light of the moon. You stopped, raising a hand to acknowledge him and show you weren't scary. Hi. With a start, he jumped to his feet, his hands balling into fists at his sides. Oh. He didn't say anything, just stared at you in a strange way. Oh. He'd been crying. There were traces of tears on his cheeks and his knees, soaking the hem of his shorts, and his eyes were still shining with a few more. Aw. He must not have wanted to move. Poor guy. You'd obviously caught him off guard. But he glanced my way before I said hi. His pink cast seemed to glow in the twilight, though when he caught you staring at it, he hid his arm behind his back. But pink is a great color. It's like the best color. Something the man earlier had said stuck out to you. Cove? Eyes wide, he studied you. How'd you know that? You touched the money in your pocket, feeling it crinkle beneath your fingertips. I'm all knowing, obviously! I met your dad. Oh. Do you not like your dad? He seems not the greatest. So, is this your hill? He gestured with his uninjured arm to the patch of grass surrounding you, his face falling at the prospect. Oh, I can leave if it is. Aww. Yep. Yep, fuck off. It's my hill. Go away. You shook your head. While doing so, you also picked out a strand of lint on your leg. What a weird question to ask someone. It's not weird. I just don't own the hill. Oh. He sat back down with a thump, resting his chin on his knees again. Curious about the strange new boy with the odd dad, you sat on the patch of grass next to him. The pure white flowers that covered this hill rocked back and forth gently as the stars twinkled above. The way they dotted the sky made them seem like flowers too. The night wind was cool as it traveled over the ocean and up the hill, chasing away the heat from the afternoon sun. Why are you here? A quiet hiccup escaped Cove as soon as you asked the question. Oh, poor thing. Almost like they'd never stopped, his tears started up again with a vengeance. My parents, they don't want to live together with me anymore. Aww. The tears fell fast and heavy over his flushed cheeks, sticking in his hard... What? Sticking in his dark lashes. My mom made my dad leave and he took me with him, and now we have a house here and I want to go home. The outburst took you off guard. By the time he was done wailing, Cove's chest was heaving with exhaustion. Aw, man, I remember crying like that when I was little. He sniffled and removed his glasses, wiping at his eyes with the back of his hand before he put them back on again. I hate this place. I want my real life back. Aww. I want my mom. Stop crying! I am a mean 8-year-old. I'm sorry. He slipped his hands underneath his glasses and pressed his fingers against his eyelids. Cove wound himself up again for another long crying fit. He felt bad for him, being forced to come here with no choice. You couldn't imagine what it would feel like to live with only one of your moms, but it must be pretty hard. But from way off in the distance, you heard your parents. Kit!
Cove?
Kids, where did you go? Cove looked at you, tears still clinging to his cheeks. Don't tell them we're here.
I want to go home.
I don't want to go back to that house. I want to go home. But he doesn't want to. I mean, eventually, after you get all your tears out, you have to. It's hard to know how to reply to someone when they're so upset. But you can do it. You can handle it. And even if you can't, he is your dad, right? Yeah, he is. Dusting the grass off of your pants, you stood up. So you didn't come here by yourself, or with a stranger. He's gotta take care of you no matter what. I mean, no, but... Slowly, Cove stood up with you, still looking a little reluctant. His dad's voice rang out again. Cove, can you hear me? He looked toward the sound of his dad's voice, silent, then turned away while rubbing his not bandaged arm.
Sorry.
I still don't want to go. You waited silently with him. Yeah, I get it. You do? Before you could answer, you heard Cove's dad, even closer than before. There you are, bud. The trio of parents appeared over the curve of the hill. Instantly, all their eyes landed on you and they rushed over. Oh, my moms are hot! Both of your moms were at your side in a split second, faces filled with worry. Kit, you're here after all. Mom and Mommy. We had been at the park to check for Cove and then heard what happened earlier when you met the new neighbor. I thought you might have gone off further away. Why is everyone acting like this is such a big thing? No, we were just sitting in the grass. Thank God you're both fine. Were you two having fun out here? He looked over at Cove, who was wiggling against his dad's tight hug and pushing at his arms. What the fuck? He's good. I think I'm gonna marry him. I mean, I guess I like him. I don't dislike him. Yeah, you shrugged. He's new here. It was okay. Oh, he's so mad. Finally letting go of his squirming, scowling son, Cove's dad turned to the three of you.
That's a relief.
Thanks very much for finding him. I really don't know this neighborhood. Good thing Kit knows this whole area so well. Absolutely. We should be getting home now. It's been a long day for us all. Say goodbye, Cove.
Bye.
Bye, Cove. The two of them walked off into the darkness, heading toward the neighborhood. You watched Cove's bright pink cast until it disappeared. Tell you what, we'll have a proper playdate tomorrow, okay? Your new friend... Oh, it's a different one. Your new friend's dad wanted to bring him by to see you and Lizzie. How does that sound? I think I keep mixing them up. Whatever. I don't have dedicated voices this time. My throat kind of hurts. It sounds like words. It sounds like words. Both of your moms laughed, sounds overlapping into a warm, familiar chorus. Mommy put her arm around your shoulder and led you towards the path. Satisfied and more than a little ready to go to bed after your long, exciting day, you followed them home. Ooh, what are my feelings? What does direct even mean? Wiggly mouth. I love him. I kind of like him so far. He's kind of cute. I'd say relaxed so far, I guess. Okay. At relaxed fondness. Sure. At the breakfast table. Ooh, childhood friendship. At the breakfast table the next morning, you finished your food faster than usual. Nom nom nom. Your sister Lizzie had run out earlier to go play, but you'd stayed put. Today, just like your mom had promised, Cove was coming over to hang out. You guys are so hot. It's really distracting. I'm supposed to feel like you're my parents. Excited to see your new friend again, Kit? Yeah, I am.
How sweet.
I am so happy he moved in.
Okay.
With that said, are you done with your breakfast? But I want more. Haha, I don't know, am I? You gestured down to the empty dish in front of you, raising your eyebrows dramatically.
Okay.
We see. That means I want more, please. I want more breakfast. More breakfast. Good job. He should be here soon. Cleanup began, and then on cue, there was a knock. It was hesitant, like the person wasn't sure they were in the right place. Still loud, though. We need to get a more obvious doorbell. I know. Kit, could you get it? Wiggling out of your chair without really pushing it back, you made your way to the door. Hey, Mochi family! Thanks for having us. Mr. Holden, as your moms have called him, and his son were here. Cove looked different in the bright lighting of your living room, and when he wasn't crying. With his dad standing in front of him and a mom and mommy behind you, you and Cove looked at each other. Pleased to see your new friend again, you smiled at Cove. He smiled back with some hesitation. Ooh, I can pick my bracelet! See, threaded bracelet, crystal bead bracelet, flower bead bracelet, shell bracelet. I want a flower bead bracelet. Let's go play in my room.
Okay. Take care.
Let us know if you need anything, you two. Have fun, kids.
See you.
Cats, don't play with the lights. See you later, son. Play nice. You led him to your room, puffing out your chest a little bit at the sight of your treasures. There were lots of stuffed animals, a cool bed, a window to look out. It was a great room. You hadn't had anyone to show it to in a while, but you were really proud of it. He leaned in a little closer to one of your drawings on the wall. I like this. Aw, thank you. Thank you. You're welcome. You smiled at him. You were proud of that particular piece of art, and you were glad he noticed it. He turned to look around the room a little more, studying the books on your desk and the pictures on the walls. You were glad for the company. It was nice to have someone new to play with. Then his eyes landed on the tiny box of beach things he'd collected tucked away by your door. He took a step towards it before hesitating and pointing at it instead. What's that? A hoard of stuff I found on the beach.
Oh.
Do you have any driftwood in there? Dragging the box into the middle of the room, you and Ko flopped down next to it. I think so. Yeah, see? You gestured to a piece at the bottom, still covered with specks of sand.
Neat.
That's a good collection. You have to sense from the tone of his voice that he wasn't just saying it to be nice, or to be like Shiloh. He actually meant it. Shiloh? I guess I'm missing a reference. I'm gonna save again. Boop. Yes. Oh, right. I almost forgot. Shiloh is gonna be here today. Oh, it's a person that they know. Shiloh? Lizzie's friend. Or, like, her #1 fan, I guess? Do I have to see him? It should be okay. I mean, he's Lizzie's friend, not mine. But you know. Come on, check out my shells some more! I found this one under a big piece of seaweed that had washed ashore. And he pulled out seashell after seashell, explaining where you'd gotten each one and holding them up against the light. There were big ones, small ones, pink, purple, and orange. Most of them you washed off in the bathroom sink when you brought them home, cleaning out the sand. See, over the past few years, you'd even learned some of their scientific names. The collection was so huge and varied that you had lots of funny stories to tell for all of them. Your voice faltered a little bit, but you kept going as best you could. Over the past few years, you'd even learned some of their scientific names. You had a whole picture book dedicated to different shells in sea life. You learned a lot by flipping through its pages. Apparently fascinated, either by the stories or by the shells themselves, Cove listened with what looked like the full force of his attention. Yeah, you like science too, boy! It was a new experience to be the center of such dedicated focus. That's cute! But Cove hadn't been mean to you, so you didn't mind. You smiled at him every now and then while showing him your collection. Kids, come down to the living room. You could tell the idea was making him unhappy, but Mommy wasn't giving you much of a chance to hang around. Cove hadn't been like this meeting you. You guessed it was because he thinks you found each other by accident, not that a parent made it happen. I mean, I wasn't purposefully trying to find him or anything. Mr. Holden must be right that telling Cove his dad was part of that would be a bad idea. Before you knew it, you'd both been escorted downstairs and deposited in the living room, ready for Shiloh's visit. The two of you sat side by side on the floor of your home's entryway. I brought the box of shells. I want to keep looking at them. Great! Bust it open! We can keep looking while we wait for Shiloh. Cove reached in and pulled out a big orange shell. Oh! Like he hadn't spoken aloud yet, he turned to you and held it up, his eyes shining. I think this one is the best of them. I don't want to give it to I mean, it's a box of a whole collection. I have lots of other ones. Do I want to be super nice? I mean, it's not my favorite. Sure, you can have it. You can take it. Cove looked at you in surprise, his eyes going wide. Really? Sure, you like it a lot, right? But I don't want to take it from you. It's okay. You got the impression he was hesitant to accept something because he didn't know you very well. No, it's okay. It's okay for you. Look at his little face. You pushed the shell against Cove's chest, willing him to receive the present. But Cove firmly shook his head and kept his arms tightly at his sides. It was a battle you couldn't win, at least not today. Cove was your neighbor now. Maybe you could give it to him another time. The two of you were still sitting on the floor looking through your collection of beach findings when the doorbell finally rang. Cove jumped, startled by the sound. Since the person had knocked, you figured it was probably Shiloh. He knew where to look for that. Lizzie's friend? You nodded, but that didn't seem to make Cove feel better. It was already obvious that Cove didn't hide his feelings well. You could tell what he was thinking right away. This isn't a good idea. You'll be alright. He's here. We can't tell him to leave. He's at our only door, and if you go upstairs, he'll find you. Cove glanced around the room, his eyes wide, and finally paused with his gaze locked onto the back of the house. I can go out the window. He was already walking towards it. Oh my gosh. Scrambling to think of something to say, you stepped forward, then paused. Ah! Oh no! What'd I do? Oh, okay. Do you want to break your other arm? Shiloh is the least scary person alive. Cheer up, Shiloh's gonna like you. Please don't get hurt. I'll come with you. Oh my gosh. Sure. I'll come with you. Hurry, they'll see where we're going. He glanced back at you, then nodded. The two of you made your way to the window together. It wasn't much of a distance to clamber out, but by the time you landed gently in the bushes, you looked up to see that Cove was already taking off away from the house. Hey! He was not that fast. You need to outrun him if you had to. But neither were you. Huh. I'm not... When I was younger, I was very fast. But nowadays, I'll go with children's speed. I think I won some race or something out of my 3rd grade class. He was fast, but you knew you could outrun him if you had to. Cove! You ran as fast as your legs would take you, grass whipping around your ankles as you did so. Cautiously, Cove slowed to a halt and looked back at you. Where are you going? I don't know, somewhere else. I just don't want to see... Kit! You looked back and saw Shiloh huffing down the hill after you, the backpack he clutched bouncing all around along the way. What are you doing? Can I come? He must have seen you leaving out the window and followed behind.
Hi.
Aww. I mean, he's cute. Oh, hi. Are you Cove?
Yeah.
I'm Shiloh. Okay. Yep. Are we going back? Or are we gonna play outside? Shiloh's eyes moved between you and Cove. The smile remained strong on his face. It got a tiny frown from Cove in response. You were just grateful he hadn't asked why you had been running away. Inside, we left the box on the floor. Right, my shells and stuff. We have to make sure they're okay.
Okay.
With Shiloh trailing behind, you and Cove headed back toward the house. Is he younger? Is that why he doesn't want to hang out with him? The plan for the afternoon, at least as far as you were concerned, was to sit and look at the beach things some more. You weren't really in the mood to do much of anything else, especially if Cove was having fun. Hey, check out this scallop shell I found. Cool, right? That's a pretty color. Kinda like my cast. I talked like... Anyway, the beautiful glittering pink did look a bit... bleh. Ugh, I'm gonna have to end soon. I'm like... My brain, my voice, it's all going. The beautiful glittering pink did look a little bit like the wrap around his arm. Pink is a nice color. Okay.
Oh?
Is it your favorite? Not really. What is? Maybe green or blue. It might be yellow. Oh, those are all cool.
I guess.
I guess. Why are you being a little grumposaurus? Not sure how to deal with this suddenly more awkward silence. You look back at your shells. There are better colors, although pink and green are some of my favorites. I'll just say I like those colors too.
Awesome.
Both of them smiled. Like usual, it didn't take long for Shiloh to get fidgety. Lizzie was his favorite. Without her around, Shiloh didn't seem to know what to do with himself. And Cole wasn't like your sister. He wasn't that much like you either. Is Lizzie coming back? Dunno.
Aw.
Where'd she go? Think she's at the beach, probably. She playing at the park? Cove's eyes lit up at the mention of the park, and he looked towards you. There's a park? Yep, but it's old. Can you show me? I want to go. He started getting up before you had even answered, and Shiloh jumped up beside him in excitement. Really? You do too, right, Kit? The park is fun. Yes. I love parks. I love it. Yeah, it's right at the beach, so there's lots of fun stuff to do and lots of sand. It has a jungle gym and a bunch of swings. That sounds like it could be cool. So, are we going to find Lizzie? I don't know. I never really wanted to see her. I just want to check the park out. Adrift without any direction, Shiloh finally turned to you. Okay. He perked up. Both boys wanted to go. It was only fair. I want to go too. After getting permission from your moms, the three of you are ready to head out. It was a short walk to the park. Lizzie had convinced your moms that it was so short, she should always be allowed to walk there by herself. When you found her, she was hanging on the jungle gym, swinging back and forth. Hey, Lizzie! Her face lit up when she saw you, her big brown eyes going wide. Kit! Shiloh! Hi! She dropped to the ground and landed with a soft thud in the sand. In a split second, Shiloh had abandoned you two and scrambled over to the stand by her. You were used to being left out when it was just the three of you, but now Cove was here. You wondered if he would leave too. Who's that? It's Cove. He's new.
Hi.
I remember. Hi, Cove. You just said that you didn't know who he was. Welcome to my park. Nobody ever comes to play here, so this is where we get together. She gestured widely with her arms as if to present the area to the newcomer. I love her dress. It is so cute. While Lizzie continued talking, you took the chance to kick off your shoes and wriggle your toes through the warm sand. Ugh, that sounds nice. Nice, huh? In this neighborhood, I'm the one who comes up with the ideas. So my sister's a bitch? You are?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I am. Who else could handle the job? Now I'm giving her... Oh my god, I immediately started giving her like a shitty Valley Girl accent. Lizzie is the oldest. By a lot. My mom said you're Kit's age.
Yeah.
Thought so. I'm still the only one in this group with double digits. What about other kids? Other kids? There aren't any. We're the only kids here, and Shiloh is just visiting from another place. Not even tourists really bring their kids here. This is the land of ancients. Be careful that the oldies don't try to steal your youth. Oh. For a second, it looked like he might cry again. Aw, poor guy. But something in his eyes shifted, and he looked back at Lucy. What kind of old people? Like moms and dads or grandparents? Grandparents who don't have kids. They hate kids. Why? We haven't done anything. Aww. Is she just being mean? I'm not gonna be mean. Only some of them don't like kids. You interjected quickly, hoping Lizzie wouldn't take things too far. Cove sniffled, his forehead creasing with worry. Lizzie was staring Cove down, but Cove wasn't even looking at her anymore. He didn't seem to care that she was there. He went into his own head. Shiloh was the next one to speak, completely unaware of the situation. I met Lizzie and Kit in school. You'll see tons of kids there once summer is over. I don't want to go to a new school. I don't want summer to end. Shiloh looked down to the dirt. He hasn't had much luck striking up conversations with Cove. Aw, poor guy. I like summer vacation a lot too. All the building tension in the air suddenly vanished when Lizzie laughed. At Shiloh's discomfort, how weird she thought Cove was, at something else entirely, you didn't really know. But she laughed, face scrunching out.
Okay.
Welcome to Sunset Bird Cove. My brain wanted to say Sunset Cove Bird. Take a seat, put up your feet, and get used to it. You offered him a small smile, and that at least looked to reassure him some. For the rest of the summer, Cove was always there. You saw him more often than Shiloh, and on Sundays when she was in a bad mood or busy, you even saw him more than Lizzie. He became a staple of your everyday life, the way sun and lunch and the beach were. During your first summer together, you really liked Cove. He was a fun person to play with, and he seemed to like playing with you too. Of course, that was only the start of things. Woo! Look at all these moments! Oh my gosh! This is exciting! Let's see, I'll save. Boop. Alright, I like it's a good place to end it for now. And I like this game a lot, so I'll probably do like a series on it. Yep, that's what I'm gonna do. So hopefully you guys like it. And let's see. I am gonna go back to the front page. Doot, doot, doot. My brain's dying. Yes. Alright. Well, thanks for hanging out. I hope you guys enjoyed the game and watching and stuff. I'm really excited about this game. It looks really cute. And yeah, make sure to like and subscribe if you like my content, if you want to see more of it, blah blah blah. And have a good night.